Good morning, children. Today we will be taking the fourth module of our chapter 4 Energy. In this module, you will be able to know the conversion of potential energy into the kinetic energy. In previous video, I have already told you that what is kinetic energy and potential energy. What is the difference between them? Now in this video we will be able to talking about how potential energy converted into kinetic energy. As we all know that potential energy possessed by a body due to its state of rest or position, while the kinetic energy possessed by a body due to its state of motion. When stored energy begins to move, the object now transfers from potential energy to kinetic energy. Now we will see the potential energy how changes into kinetic energy. Let us suppose there is a ground and a ball is kept at a certain height from 10 centimeter from the ground. Let us suppose acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. Precisely it is 9.8 meter per second square, but for calculating we consider it is 10 meter per second square. Let's suppose this is a point A, which is the highest point about the ground level. Let us suppose the mass of a ball is 1 kg. After applying a small force in this ball, the ball is going to roll down in this inclined plane and finally it comes to ground. After applying force, ball reaches at point B where the height of the ball from the ground is 5 meter. Now again after some applying force, the ball reaches to point C where height will be 0. We know that kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, where m is the mass of the object, that is 1 kg, and v is equal to speed of an object, and potential energy is written as mgh. Here potential energy is the gravitational potential energy and g is the acceleration due to gravity, that is 10 meter per second square. Now we will find out the kinetic energy at point A. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Here m is equal to 1 kg and v is equal to 0. Why? Because initially the ball is at rest, so its speed becomes 0. So v is also equal to 0 and 0 meter per second square. Now we know when we multiplied any number by 0, we get 0. So the kinetic energy at A is equal to 0 joule. Okay. Now we will take out potential energy at point A, that is equal to mgh, where m is equal to 1 kg and g is equal to 10 meter per second square and h is equal to 10 meter, that is height from the ground. Now after calculating, multiplying 10 by 10, we get 100 kg meter per second square. Now we know that this is the unit of joule. So potential energy is becomes 100 joule. Now we know that sum of kinetic energy and potential energy is called mechanical energy. So here kinetic energy is 0 and potential energy is 100 joule. So their sum will be 100 joule. Now we will check out the potential energy at point B, where the ball is kept at height 5 meter. We know that potential energy is equal to mgh, where mass is equal to 1 kg and g is, we know that 10 meter per second square, and height is 5 meter. Now after multiplying we get 50 joule. This is the potential energy at B. Now earlier it was 100 joule. Now potential energy reduced to half of its value at the top. Where is that energy gone? This 50 joule of energy got converted into kinetic energy because the total amount of energy at any given point remain constant. So here total energy, kinetic energy and potential energy is 100 joule. At that point B, the sum should remain constant, that is 100, and at point C also the sum should remain 100 joule. We are not going to assume any frictional force is over here, which leads to the loss of energy in form of heat. So the total energy remain constant at point A, B and C. So that means sum of potential and kinetic energy should be 100. So therefore kinetic energy at B will be 50 joule, so that the sum maintain the constant, that is 100 joule. Now we will find out kinetic potential energy at point C. We know that potential energy is equal to m at point C is equal to mgh. Here m is equal to 1 kg and g is equal to 10 meter per second square, and h is equal to 0. Here the height is 0. So the potential energy at C becomes 0 joule. Here the potential energy is 0 joule. Now what will be the kinetic energy? As we know that the sum of potential and kinetic energy is constant at every point A, B, C. So the potential and kinetic energy is equal to 100 joule only, therefore when kinetic energy is equal to 100 joule. So in first case we have seen that kinetic energy is 0 joule and potential energy is 100 joule. Then we see at point B, potential energy is reduced to half of its at the top and kinetic energy becomes 50, when in that position both are equal. Now in third case at point C, potential where the height is 0, therefore potential energy is 0 and kinetic energy is 100 joule. In third case also the sum of potential and kinetic energy is constant, that is 100 joule. So we have seen that at every point the sum of potential and kinetic energy is constant. So therefore we can say the potential energy changes into kinetic energy when it is put to use. In absence of friction, the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant at each instant. This is called the law of conservation of mechanical energy. Let's suppose an example. A stone at a height 19.6 from the ground has the potential energy due to its lifted or raised position. When the stone is dropped from that position, it begins to fall. The falling stone has the kinetic energy. Thus, the potential energy stored in the stone in its rest position changes into kinetic energy when the stone is falling. Now we see the second example. In figure A, the stretched bow has potential energy because of its stretched position. Now in figure B, when the stretched bow is released, the potential energy of the bow changes into its kinetic energy. This kinetic energy does work on the arrow and makes the arrow to move. Now we see it is a figure of a simple pendulum. A simple pendulum suspended from a rigid support. Its resting position is at A. Let's suppose A is the point at the center. When the bob of pendulum is slightly moved from A to the maximum potential energy into kinetic energy. Okay, from at point B, its height increases. The bob has potential energy stored in it. On releasing the bob at B, it comes back to A, during which the potential energy changes into kinetic energy. On reaching at center, whole of potential energy changes into kinetic energy due to this kinetic. The bob has maximum speed with which it moves to the other sides and at the same vertical height h. In motion from A to C, that is the other side, kinetic energy changes into potential energy and at C, speed becomes 0. So it again returns to A. This motion continues. Thus, the motion of a pendulum in a simple pendulum also shows the conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy. Now we'll see the next example. The water collected in a dam at a height has potential energy stored in it. When it is made to fall on a turbine, the potential energy changes into kinetic energy, which is transferred to the turbine to rotate. By connecting the turbine to the armature of a dynamo, electricity is produced, and this electricity is called hydroelectricity. Now we will see the other example of roller coaster. In roller coaster, the car on a roller coaster at position A has only potential energy that is equal to E and no kinetic energy. As the car comes to the position B, whole of the potential energy changes into kinetic energy. So at B, it has the kinetic energy that is equal to E and no potential energy. Due to this kinetic energy, the car rises to the position C, during which the kinetic energy changes into potential energy at C. It has a potential energy that is equal to E1 and kinetic energy is equal to E minus E1. So the total sum of kinetic energy and potential energy is conserved. That means constant. So these are the following example where we see the conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy. I hope children you all have understood. Now for better understanding, go through your book, read your book properly, and we will see on next video. Thank you.